Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'll see you on the other side. Hey guys, and welcome to the Purple Diva Den, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Getting Verbal in the Den. I hope you guys will enjoy this, because this is not Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom. Let me just start off by saying that, you guys, let's start with that. And although I probably will be coming on camera tonight, I'm not. Tonight I'm not, and it really just depends on this channel. It's really going to depend on if I'm coming live to do a spoken word performance. But some of the stuff that we talk about on this channel is going to be fire compared to what I talk about on my other channel. So let me just start off by saying that this channel is not meant for children. These lives are not going to be meant for anyone under the age of 18. And since this isn't monetized at this point, I can kind of push the envelope as much as I want. But I will be making some mods in the chat. Let me see. Right now I'm in the chat as DC. So let me see if I can. I have to change accounts. Let me see. Oh, I know what I can do. Let me see. Never mind. I'll be in, next time I'll be in my other account. I don't want to do it right now. Because the way that I have it set up, let me tell you guys how I have it set up. So on my mobile devices, I have, my phone is set up under my other account, the DC, the Purple Diva account. But my iPad mobile is set up under the Purple Diva Den, so that I can go in and out of chats under both accounts. But Miss Mahogany, have no fear. I would have made you a mod before this, but I'm going to have to go back into the chat after this live and mod you up, because y'all know how it is when you're trying to do this and you're actually live. Yeah, that part. Exactly. This will be rated R content because some of the poetry, such as the one that was put out, um, may be sexually explicit. And some of it may have some words in it that are not rated G. Like in the one that I did, it was purposely not to say the word, but that was purposeful for that poem. But some of the spoken word that I'm going to be, some of the poetry that I'm going to be putting into spoken word form was written in a certain kind of way, if y'all get my drift. So this right now is going to be the avatar on this channel. What I want to this isn't going to be like a long live tonight on here. This is just really kind of to give you guys how I'm going to be setting up these lives. But one of the things that we are going to be hoping to have is to not just showcase my talents, but also get other spoken word artists and other poets, if I can, to come on the channel. I think I told you guys that Jessica Holter of the Punani Poets is a friend of mine, and that's where I got the verbal from, because she has a book called Verbal Penetration, and I may on occasion give you guys some verbal penetration from that said book, doing some of the lives. But I'm hoping that I can actually get her to come on at some point in the future. She used to live here on the West Coast, but she now lives in the ATL. And I think she's married now. I think she got married again. I'm not sure, because she was married to a man, and I think she's married to a woman now. I think she is. So, but if you guys have never heard of the Punani Poets, please go look them up here on YouTube. Go look them up. They were on HBO some years back. But one of the things I'll say about the type of erotic poetry, it's very interesting that LA is not really a market for it. Let me just say that. Because whenever the Punani Poets would come to LA, they did not get big, huge crowds here. I don't know if it's because it's Hollywood. I don't know. But when they would go to other parts of the country, like the East Coast, New York, Atlanta, and everything, they would have packed houses. But LA, I don't know if LA is more prudish, because the type of spoken word that the Punani Poets did was very interactive, a spoken word. In other words, in some of their shows, you would actually see things like a woman in a bathtub on stage, or you would see people simulating sexual things. And not that that's what we're going to be doing on this channel, but some of the poetry is going to infer those kind of things. There's only so far that I can put things when I'm putting on here. If you guys noticed in the poem that I put out yesterday, which was entitled Fire, the the shots that I had in there that were, kind of skin to skin shots were very, they were pretty PG. So, but when you go to a spoken word performance and you're talking about erotic spoken word, many times you have some acting out. Could be dancers dancing while they're, doing it. Like I said, with the one with the bathtub, that's a good one. I think you will find that one actually on I think it's on here because I don't think there was any nudity in that one. But the one poem that she did as a spoken word that's like my favorite is called Head Doctor. And I will probably in the next slide give you guys a little excerpt of that particular spoken word. Yeah, that part. But tonight, what I wanted to kind of talk about was some of the inspirations of how I do my poetry, how I do my spoken word. So as I have said in my about section on this page, I've been doing poetry since I was a kid. When I started doing poetry, it was not considered. Let me put this on loop, you guys. Give me 1 second. I forget I don't have it on loop. Now it's on loop. When I started doing poetry was not as cool as it is now, and spoken word was just coming around. During the 70s, I'm dating myself, you had this one spoken word group who was powerful. They're still around. They're called the Last Poets. And they were my first introduction to poetry being put to a beat and being, rhythmically said. Obviously, spoken word poetry is the predecessor to what we now see as rap. Let me see what you guys are saying. I know that's one of the things that I also want to do on here, Miss Mahogany, is as we as a country are opening back up, there will be spoken word events, and I will be able to go to some of those and maybe film and give you guys clips from those spoken word events. Because now what I have seen on the platform is that there are some very big channels that are spoken word artists, but what I'm noticing is that there are very few that are putting up current content. In other words, what you're seeing on their channels is performances that they did 3 to 5 years ago. Now I am starting to see a few, come up when you do the hashtag that are newer channels, but for the majority of them outside of button poetry, if you're going to the actual spoken word artist or poet's page, you're not seeing a lot of current stuff, like 2020 came and the poetry stopped on YouTube. I don't know. Performances, I guess, I don't know, maybe, some people weren't inspired. Now there is, also a genre of on here of of Christian poetry now, and some of my poetry is Christian poetry. But, hold on, y'all. I gotta plug in. Hold on, y'all. I gotta plug in. All right, that means I'm gonna have to move. Wait a second, y'all. Another reason why I'm not on camera right now, because I'm probably gonna have to move to different place. All right, so let me see, where am I gonna go? 1 second. Let me see where I'm going. I'm literally moving everything with me. Hold on, y'all. I hate when I'm like in the middle of talking. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it is still going. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. I just gotta. I had to move myself closer to a plug. I had to put myself by a plug, actually. Okay, wait 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go on mute for 1 second. All right, y'all should hear me now. Let me get this right. Ugh. Hold on. All right, now I have it. So now let me go get my wine glass. All right, let me get my wine glass. All right. So now we're good. Now we're good. So now I have my wine glass. So as I was saying, you guys, what I'm noticing is this. Yeah, you're not seeing a whole bunch on here, but back to my process. My process sometimes is I may just have a title, like literally, I'll have a title or what I want to talk about, and then the words just come to me. Like, that's how it happened with Fire. Fire just came to me. 1 second, y'all. It like literally just like came to me. It's like I thought about Fire. I thought about what it was making me feel and how it was making me feel about, this certain person. And so that is how I actually, so I thought about like, so let me, like give y'all a little of it. It's like, is it that fire in your eyes? Perhaps it's the smile on your lips that makes my hips switch. So yeah, in those two things I'm thinking about, the look in his eyes, I'm thinking about when he's smiling at me, because I'm a girly girl when it comes to certain things. And, like, is it hot in here or am I the only one? That kind of thing. You guys, you know what I mean? So, speaking of, let me get a fan because I'm drinking this alcohol. So let me come on camera so y'all can actually see because I am standing here. See, I'm standing right now. I am standing, so I came on camera for you guys for a minute. But the reason that I won't be on camera all the time is because, you know, sometimes when we do this, you know, I might, you know, be in my sexy, you know, with candles lit, you know, the incense going, you know, the sexy music going, and you know how, and we're having that kind of conversation, or I'm talking about that kind of stuff, then yeah. So that's where we are. So I'm gonna go back off camera because you know I I get embarrassed when I'm talking about certain things and I'm on camera. So yeah, y'all gotta give me time to get my, because I have some other more steamy poetry that I don't think I can do on camera for sure. So let me go back off camera. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find a piece of something for you guys. Just give me one second. All right. So now I am actually looking at some. Okay. So this is one that I'm going to probably be putting up on here soon. But I'll just give you guys a little bit of the beginning of it, and I'm going to actually turn down the music because this music is like totally distracting, and it does not match what I'm getting ready to say. So let me turn it down. Let's me turn it down. Okay. So this one is called Chocolate Chip Kisses. So I'm going to give y'all the first stanza of it. Okay. Bring those lips over here so I can get a taste of those chocolate chip kisses. Don't keep me from that special treat. You know they make my heart skip a beat. The way you lick your lips like a honeycomb from which honey drips. Looking like some caramel, they look juicy even when you smile. And I'm not going to give y'all the rest of it, but that's like the first part of it. That's the first part of Chocolate Chip Kisses. And that one is, that's not a very long one. That's one of the shorter ones. And I've got some that are just like untitled. I even have this one that I'm thinking about putting on there that that I wrote when I was younger. But I think I'm going to come back to that one. But there's, right now I'm literally like going through my poetry, seeing which ones I may want to hone for performance, and then I've got like about 4 or 5 so far, so far that are things that were on my, you know, things that I've been thinking about for the last couple of months. I just kept myself from writing down what was in my head, and now I'm going to write down what was in my head. The next poem or spoken word that'll be out is called Life, and that one is going to be more about how the last 2 years, you know, have kind of affected a lot of things for me, you know, or for us as human beings. So that one will be, I think, interesting. It won't be, you know, it won't be naughty, but there's some more naughty ones to come. There's more naughty ones to come. Yes, there are. Let me see what you guys are saying. Mental capacity. There's certain level you have to exude in order to write and witness That's very, very true. So now, I mean, I know most of you guys have heard of, well, I'm not going to say, you guys, there's an author. Her name is Zane. Okay. So I know Zane. Zane is from the Washington, D.C. area. And she was probably like one of the first, you know, Black women to put out erotic books. Um, there's some erotic poetry out there, um, but it I'm not sure how well some of that will be, you know, received on this platform. You know, even though I can say certain things, you know, you still have to keep it to a certain point. But then of course, you guys, you know, that at some point, if once this channel is big enough to have membership, because you know now YouTube no longer makes you be monetized to have membership. But once it gets to a point where it has membership, then yeah, those kind of things I probably would do in that kind of work. I would probably do in members only, you know, and put it out for members only versus for everyone. But for right now, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be tame, but you know, I can't go completely triple X on this platform. But you know, there I am a wordsmith. So in saying that I'm a wordsmith, some of the things that um, poets write, we write about certain things in flowery language. I'll give you an example. An example would be the Songs of Solomon in the Bible. Okay, the Songs of Solomon were, you know, he was, you know, spouting about his love, and he was talking about how his wife or his concubine or whoever it was, because you know he had a lot of women, how they made him feel. And he was talking about, you know, the parts of her body, but it was, you know, the way that it was said. So there's you know, certain things you can say what you need to say and get the point across without it being completely X-rated. Like, you know, I give you the example of the the song, even though it's not about this, it's about, you know, illicit drugs, white lines. Okay. And, you know, they're talking about the horse, but we all know what the horse is, but they're not, you know what I'm saying? And then the song Wide Receiver by Michael Henderson. And even let's go back to the songs of you know, my favorite artist, Prince. Prince's lyrics to his songs were tamed compared to the lyrics of songs now. And that's kind of, you know, like where mine are. It's like, you know, certain things I can say what I want to say and I can describe it and you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I don't have to get nasty with it. I can be nasty without being nasty, if that makes sense, you know? Nasty in a sexy, sensual way. Exactly. Curtis Mayfield, you know, I mean, it there's you know, like a lot of good poetry out there that talks about love and about sex and about relationships and about the act, and describes things using metaphors. But some of those metaphors, you know, can be very erotic, you know. I have this poem that I am going to probably put in spoken word that talks about strawberries and shrimp. And yeah. And it's just what's going on when the strawberries and shrimp are involved. And, you know, so that, that's what I'm kind of, trying to, allude to is that there's a way to say certain things and it comes off very sensual and still, get the point across that it is about something sexual, but, I do it, you do it classy instead of nasty, and it's all about how you say what you say. That that is the part of the verbal, you know, penetration of words. Words are very, very powerful, and words in poems are powerful as well. There's certain poems that we keep in our minds, like the poem by the late Maya Angelou, "Phenomenal Woman." Most women can remember, how hearing those words makes them feel, because of not just the words that Maya Angelou is saying, but how she is saying those words. And that is the art of the spoken word performance of poetry. It's how you're saying the words that gives across the feeling that you want to invoke in the people who are listening to and watching your performance. So I'm about to get off here because I told you guys this was not going to be a long one. However, my plan is, at least for right now, is to do these on Friday nights. I may do them on Friday. I may do some of them on Saturday, so they'll be on a Friday or Saturday night. And that's because I think that the subject matter in the verbal, getting verbal in the den, I think some of the conversations they're just not the type of conversations that you may want to have during daytime hours. Especially if we're talking about love and about relationships. And, I'm not talking about puppy love, even though, that can be in there too. Because, when I wrote that poem called Unrequited Love, it was definitely puppy love, but it didn't seem like puppy love to me, Did not seem like puppy love to me. But I'm about to get out of here. I will see you guys with the next upload this weekend, live. And then I will see you guys on my other channel for live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. And I will probably go ahead and schedule the next live on this one for next Friday night. Is Friday night working for you guys? Is this good for you guys? I just think that this, you know, late at night is going to be probably the right time because it'll give us the opportunity to talk about a variety of subjects that are more adult. Thank you, Angel. Look for my membership to be renewed because I'm certainly getting ready to unsubscribe to somebody else. But before I go, you guys, you know, I'm about to get out of here. You know, my get out of here on this one is going to be different than on my other channel. Y'all know that. It's got to be. But I will see you guys. I'll see you guys in these YouTube streets. And I will see you guys on Monday on Not for Random Chat. Thank you guys for coming to the first inaugural of this channel. And leave me some comments under one of my videos and give me some subjects that you guys would like us to talk about in our, you know, getting verbal in the den. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys. Here's the outro, which is the trailer for now. I'll see you guys. I'm out.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'll see you on the other side.